Hey everyone, welcome back to a podcast, not original podcast, because we're talking about murders. All you single women out there trying to go to sleep, we got you. We're going to talk about people killing people. Ain't that right?
How are we welcoming back when this is our first podcast?
I feel like it's just a nice thing to say. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, which Luke has so much information about, and me,
Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper. He's really cool, I swear.
So is Jack the Ripper known for? Did he just rip people open?
He did. He was like a doctor somewhat, and he would cut open the body so perfectly. It looked like a doctor cut them open and take out organs, and nobody could catch him. But here's the real weird thing. He would only kill women and mostly prostitutes, though. I think he had something against them, because all we know is I think he was born from a mom that was a prostitute, and like a whole thing for show. There was a lot of things that it's still a mystery of, but that's what we theorized in the community. So what about, we know more stuff about your man, Jeffrey Dahmer. A new Netflix documentary just got released from him.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I haven't seen a single second of it, but I heard it's pretty solid. Like, people can't even finish it because of how gross the stuff is.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
You seen it?
I've seen a couple episodes. I stopped for a reason.
Might have to watch it after I've done all my research on him.
Yeah, it's a good research. There's, I think, scenes of him like eating.
Yeah, he did like to eat people. Like, he'd, after he murdered them, he'd have sex with their bodies. Don't know.
Necrophiliac?
Don't know why people like to have sex with their dead bodies after they murder people, but that's just a thing that psychotic people do.
Yeah, no, that checks out.
Murder them, have sex with their cold bodies, cut up the body parts, take his souvenirs, like, kept a lot of heads, had some hearts in his refrigerator, in his freezer, and the male appendage right down there. Yeah, he kept that stuff too.
Was there like certain like genders he would go for?
Male.
Just male.
He mainly did male, yes, because he was gay. He did like the man.
You like the man.
He liked the man.
All right, you like the man.
So he'd go to the bar,
Put a
put a
little
little something in the drink, you know,
little
flip
roofie.
it to him, get him drunk, bring him back to his place, choke him out, have intercourse with their body, chop them up, and go on to the next victim.
Wow. That's pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty messed up.
It's pretty messed up.
Like messed up?
Pretty messed up. The dude, not all there.
I can tell. I could.
Like, his life in prison didn't last very long because he'd play with his food and turn it into body parts, and it freaked people out, so they killed him.
All right. That's weirder.
He also got beat to death in prison, so I feel like that's kind of fitting for him since he
Beat people to death.
did beat people to death.
But they were also drunk, and he wasn't.
No, he was drunk.
At prison?
What do you mean?
In prison, he was drunk.
No, not in prison.
Yeah.
He couldn't kill a body unless he was intoxicated.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, he felt it was wrong. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Who would have thought killing someone for no reason was wrong?
Yeah. So Jack the Ripper. You know anything about Jack the Ripper off the top of your head?
Just what you've told me so far, that he liked to kill prostitutes.
Yeah. We still don't know anything about Jack the Ripper. He's one of the biggest mysteries known to man.
Is it still like an open case? Like, they're still actively looking on it, or
don't
kind of gave up on it?
I think they really can't look upon it. There's not enough evidence to prove who it was. They do have some suspects, but like from like local doctors. But I mean, we really don't know. But I assume he died on the Titanic. That is my reasoning. He died on the Titanic.
That is terrible reasoning, David.
Well, here, listen, all right?
What makes you think he died on the Titanic?
So it went in, right? The Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Love Ireland. All right. So he went in there. And Jack just hopped aboard the Titanic. Tried to go over to America because after that Titanic, like, the killing kind of slowed down. Right?
Okay, but if it's slowed down but didn't stop, doesn't that mean he's still alive?
Wait. After he got aboard the Titanic, stopped. No more killing. In London. Like, after that Titanic sunk, Jack was gone.
It's interesting.
Exactly. So I'm thinking Jack was on the boat. And when Jack, I
Don't think he's the main person in Titanic, but he could have been.
should have been.
Because, I mean, he sunk to the bottom of the ocean. That makes sense. That makes sense why she wouldn't let him on the door.
Yeah. Even though there was plenty of room on that
There
door.
was plenty of room on that door, but if she's like, hey, you're a mass murderer, you might try and murder me while we're on our way back, I don't want you on the door.
But she didn't know that.
Oh, they might have still. That could have been like, hey, we're about to die. I'm Jack the Ripper. Will you please let me go? Will you please let me go to America where I can...
You're Jack the Ripper? About that.
You killed my best friend, the prostitute. I was best friends with her.
Yeah.
You're going to have to leave.
Then
And then down to the bottom of the ocean. Which, I feel like he just kind of gave up in the movie. He just didn't even try and care.
yeah, no, he's dead. He's
To the bottom of the ocean.
good movie though.
Never seen it.
No way. You've never seen that.
I've never seen the
There's
Titanic.
no shot that you've never seen that Titanic.
Never seen the Titanic. It's too long of a movie for me to stay attention.
I watched the whole thing. It was sad. Loved it. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. So, do you have any questions about Jack the Ripper for me that I could possibly answer?
Do you know if there's any reason why he chose prostitutes originally, specifically? Like, you think he's just trying to clean up the streets?
I think it's with his religion. I think reports were saying on the bodies, like he would, of course, rip out some organs after he dissected them, but
yeah,
I think he went for prostitutes because it was against God's belief for the prostitutes to be there.
all those poor prostitutes, they never even got a chance to change their life around. Like,
Especially in the streets of London at that time, it was really bad.
maybe they just had a family they were trying to feed.
Yeah.
Or addicted to crack, they're trying to feed their crack addict.
Yeah, well, I don't think crack was the thing back then.
Yeah, I'm sure they had some kind of
No, probably
some kind of
some type of drug,
yeah.
maybe.
But
I don't think crack.
all for someone's daughter. Think about that. He's killing someone's daughter.
Yeah.
They have a father and a mother, and most of them probably have children. Because I'm guessing safe sex wasn't a thing back then.
Nope, it wasn't. Yeah, nope. There was a lot of children born out of that. But they also, a lot of them did abortions. So,
The old clothes hanger.
yeah. Well, I don't think they had clothes hangers back then.
I guarantee you they had clothes hangers.
Are you going to search up when a clothes hanger was invented?
I guarantee you 100% they had clothes hangers.
Let's search it up.
It's not like a magic invention. It's like as old as sliced bread.
I'm going to look up when... Well, I'm looking this up. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to... All right. So, did Jeffrey Dahmer regret his actions?
They think he did somewhat regret actions because, like, when they said he got murdered, he didn't fight back anyway. He kind of accepted it, like, hey, I'm a piece of shit. I shouldn't have done that. But, like, I think in the time, he didn't really care. Because, he's had 2 cases where his victims escaped. The second one's what actually got him. The dude escaped, went to the cops, and with handcuffs on, and was like, hey, there's this crazy man that tried to kill me and rape me. And he had the handcuffs on. Hey, can you get these handcuffs on and go get this guy? And they couldn't get the handcuffs off. So they brought him to the house. And Jeffrey Dahmer originally almost had him convinced, like, hey, it's just a misunderstanding. That never happened, blah, blah, blah. But then they saw pictures of dismembered body parts in his house. And that's what made them make the final arrest. And when they went in to do the final investigation and collect all the evidence, that's when they found all the dead body parts in the freezer, the barrels full of dead body parts, which after he dismembered the body parts, he soaked them in acid, being able to get rid of it, and found all kinds of dead body parts in his yard as well. Shit ton of body parts. And the second one was a child, 14. Dude was 6 foot though, 14 and 6 foot.
Dude, that could have been an NBA. 14, 6 foot?
Yeah, 14 and 6 foot. He could have been an NBA prospect.
Dude.
Could have been the next Michael Jordan. Never got a chance because
Jeffrey Dahmer
raped him.
and gone. Also, I figured out when the clothes hanger was made. It was made in 1848.
Definitely had clothes hanger.
Nope.
It definitely had clothes
No.
hanger.
No. There wasn't.
When was Jack the Ripper?
Early 1800s.
I still feel like there's clothes hangers. I don't care. So you're telling me they just like, oh, I'm just gonna take my coat, throw it on the floor.
They probably put it on a coat rack.
I still feel like there's coat hangers.
There wasn't a coat hanger. Whatever.
But Jeffrey, okay, back to the first person to escape was that 14-year-old NBA prospect. He also made it to the cops. He was bleeding from the rectum because he was
Bleeding from the rectum.
Yes, he got raped
Oh, wait.
from the rectum.
You're right. You're right.
What do you mean?
You're right. They had coat hangers.
I knew. I feel like coat hangers are like the age of sliced bread. But either way, so he brought him back, and Jeffrey Dahmer was like, "Hey, that's just a misunderstanding. The kid's all right." And so the cops said it smelled so bad that they really just thought it was just gay sex, because they were very homophobic back then.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, and it's just gay sex. Go on back ahead, have more of your gay sex. So then he later did get that 14-year-old dead.
And then necrophiliac.
Yep.
That's really weird.
He got to 17 people.
17?
He killed 17 people in one apartment.
In one apartment? How big is this?
Technically not one apartment.
How big is this apartment?
Not
Like,
big.
so like Jack the Ripper, he had the streets and alleys of London. Like this whole, like Whitechapel, but like the area where he did it, mostly Whitechapel. But he had like London. Your guy had, where did he do these killings?
Mostly in just an apartment
Well, like,
outside.
killed everybody in the apartment. But like, where was the apartment? Ohio?
No. In Wisconsin. No. I want to say Michigan. Give me a second. Yes, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Not Michigan.
Like in a small town?
I don't know.
City, probably. Something like that.
But his first victim was 3 weeks after he graduated
High school or college?
high school.
Oh, no, he didn't graduate college yet.
He went to Ohio State and then got kicked out fairly shortly after he went in there for alcoholism and his bad grades. Went to the Army, got dishonorably discharged for his alcoholism, and would later find out that he would often brag when he was drunk in the Army about his first victim. And no one thought that was a red flag. They just thought,
nobody thought that. Maybe he thought it was like some type of trauma, like Vietnam.
Yeah. All the people that could have been lost if they just kind of spoke up.
Yeah. That's so weird. And Jack the Ripper is like a big mystery, but Dahmer is a really big hit. Probably it's because it's so close to our time and they like realize how bad that was.
I feel like because of how much information is found on him.
Yeah.
But really,
there's not a lot of information about Jack the Ripper because we don't know what happened, like what he did. All we know is that he killed prostitutes in the alleyways of London and Whitechapel. And he, I guess, believed in some higher faith because he would cut the bodies up of just prostitutes mostly. And you'd be like, hey, prostitutes are bad because they're against God. It's like, okay, cool.
it happens.
It happens.
It happens.
People are just trying to make money. Jack the Ripper didn't want that, though. And I still believe that Jack the Ripper died on the Titanic.
I feel like it's a pretty long shot, but hey, if you ain't got
Let me go look up when the Titanic
if you don't have any information on it, then why the heck not? Then why the heck not?
I'm searching up
It
when.
makes sense. People are looking for Jack the Ripper. He's trying to get the heck out of there. Just so happens the boat kind of goes down. That's kind of karma, to be honest.
1814. Not 1814. 1912. The Titanic sunk. And Jack the Ripper started his killings in 1888.
Do you know when the last murder of Dahmer or Jack the Ripper happened?
Let me look it up. It was Mary Kelly, beginning on the 9th of March of 1888.
So I feel like if his last victim was in 1888, I don't think he was on the Titanic.
Well, the Titanic sank in 1912. He could have been like, all right, I'm going to wait and then go on the Titanic and then start killing people on the Titanic before the Titanic sank, because there's no evidence of the Titanic, of people dying on the Titanic, because everybody else died on the Titanic.
I think you're at a very long shot there, bud.
I might be a long shot, but do you know what took down the Titanic?
An iceberg.
Nope. Megalodon. It's proven facts, my guy.
I thought it was Nessie. I thought,
You know what? It could be. It could be Nessie. It could be Nessie, like the Loch Ness monster
yeah, why wouldn't it be
in a lake. in a lake that's like.
If you've never seen Nessie and no one's ever found Nessie, how do you know they're in the lake? What if they're just looking in the wrong spot?
What if it like the lake leads into an underground tunnel system that leads into the ocean,
That would make sense.
which then caused Nessie to wake up the Megalodon, and then the Megalodon sank the Titanic.
No.
Yeah, I think that's how that worked.
That didn't happen, David. It was only Nessie. Why would Nessie want to wake up the Megalodon?
I don't know. How do we get talking about Nessie and Megalodon?
This is your podcast. No, it's my
It's
podcast.
both of our
It's
podcasts.
my podcast.
We will. All right. You want to end it off?
Murders,
Are not cool.
not cool.
Not cool.
Cannibalism,
Not cool. Prostitutes?
pretty cool.
No. I mean, whatever gets you money, but like, don't do that.
What about all those sad, lonely guys that never got a chance? Those prostitutes are doing the Lord's work.
Okay. Whatever. I'm not gonna answer that. Yeah, but we appreciate you watching this podcast with me and Luke and about Jack the Ripper and Jeffrey Dahmer. I think we know which one was worse.
Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper. Totally Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, because he didn't have sex with his bodies. I feel like that's worse. Like, if you're going to kill someone, at least get the full use out of them.
Okay, I think that. All right. So long, everybody. I thank you for watching this. Have fun.
Peace.
Peace. All right.